What's up, you guys? It's your boy Miguel giving you your daily dose of radiation. In today's video, we will cover how to complete your CEs, aka your continuing education. This is for those who hold their degrees in Xray or even nursing type deal. We all in the medical field that I know of. Maybe there's other fields that you have to also. I'm not aware of it. But I'm an Xray tech, trauma 3ER, graveyard shift. Those are my credentials. Now, in the Xray tech world and other modalities, every 2 years, your binary year, you will have to do a set amount of CEs. Now, depending on how many letters you want to hold, will determine how many CEs you'll have to do every binary year. So, to give you a context, let's say you're at the very beginning. You're just an Xray tech. That's it. You just hold the special RTR1 credential letter behind your name. Okay, so every 2 years, this is what's going to happen. Between your birthday, like there's a window type that they do where they kind of collimate all the birthdays into one little segment. So every 2 years you'll have 24 credits that you need to submit to the ART saying, hey, I did my continuing education. And there's so much like stuff out there, different websites, different things, that it gets hella confusing. Like even nursing, like my lady, to give you context, she's a nurse, and like she was like, yo Miguel, make sure when you do yours that whoever you do, make sure that it's accredited and there's so many places that they'll offer and show CEs, and then when you go to post them to your your board, they're like, yo, those don't count, or yo, those aren't qualified good enough type. So you got to make sure wherever you're getting your CEs from that they're good. There's different websites. I'm not gonna say any because I'm not sponsored. Find someone who's been in the game, like wherever you work. Find someone who's been doing it for a long time. Ask them where they get their stuff done, and most likely this is what they're gonna give you. There's gonna be two type of people. There's gonna be the one, oh, I get mine from the ARCT. I pay the premium price of like whatever, I forgot what. They're more expensive for the membership because with all these perks and they give you this and that. And then you have the ones that be like, yo, I get mine from so-and-so website. It's like $50 and it fulfills my CEs. And it's like, I get the purest with all the benefit stuff, and then I get the most cheapest ones to just get the job done type deal. And there's like two approaches to kind of doing the actual like CEs. There's there's like two texts. There's I genuinely want to learn and I'm curious about what's happening on my field, or what's going on in the Xray world, or I just want to refresh on this and that. Let me look into it. And then there's the I just need to get this shit done. Quizlet, copy and paste, just give me the credits type, like just trying to control F, what is it, 10, whatever, quick search, find the answer, get this stuff done, like type of way. So you need 24. If you're just a basic Xray tech, 24 credits. They have it on the board, you can find it, that they say you need 20, the total's 24, and it's divided between 12 category A credits and 12 like non-Xray related type. I personally, to be on the safe side, I would just do all 24 category A. Just so there's no like, oh, well, technically those credits don't count because it's not, within the scope of whatever. Like, it kind of iffy. I would stick to your 24 category A's, which most of them are within the health field / Xray realm. So even if you just do X-ray, like just plain X-ray film, you can do some of the, like, let's say X-ray stuff, and then you can also dabble into other modalities like MRI, CT, whatever. You can branch out to other ones, so you're not just limited to that, to your own modality. Which, I mean, if you're curious about what they do or some of the stuff, you could look into those other modalities. Could kind of, spark some interest. I just do X-ray tech because to me that's like the easiest one, because it's what I do all day and I already know from school some of the stuff, so it makes it easier to continue the education there. And then depending on what other letters you have, once again, you'll have to earn more CEs to hold those credentials. And then every year, the ART will want you to pay, like, there's a fee to be like, hey, I'm still pushing the button. Here's, what is it, $50? Forgot, to hold my license, to renew it for that year. So every year you give them money to continue your thing. And then for us younger generation, every 10 years you had to resit for the big board, the big test. It's mainly for CEs, for like, to kind of narrow, let's say Miguel struggles with the circuit board world or the physics. He was taking this board and all the physics stuff, he didn't do too good on it. We're going to make him mainly focus on that. That's what kind of the gist of it is at this point. Until, who knows, maybe when I have to sit for the boards in another 8 years, they might change it and it'll be different. So, and then there's the ones who's been godfathered into that. If you've been in, I forgot what, 2018, 2019, can't remember what it is. You get godfathered into it where you don't have to sit for boards every 10 years. So there's that gist of it. And then depending on your state, you'll have, like, for instance, I push the button in Texas. Mine is the Texas Medical Board. And those, every 2 years, you have to give them money to be like, yo, still want to practice pushing the button in Texas. I didn't get no tickets. I didn't get no misdemeanors, whatever thing. I'm clean. Here's the money, basically, type. And then depending if you push buttons in different states, you may have other medical boards in those states that you'll have to renew, pay, whatever. Me personally, and for what I've heard, if you already have a license in a state, it'd be, I know some people are like, oh, well, I'd rather not pay $50 or whatever. I think it's like $60 in Texas. Oh, well, I don't want to pay this year blank amount of money. If you let yours relapse, aka you didn't pay your thing for your state because you don't push the button over there anymore or whatever, for you to reapply and get it is the hassle of going through that. And every state, I've heard that it's more difficult, and I've heard Texas in general is like really fucking like hard and nitty gritty, and how, like, it just be cheaper and more, just give the money and just hold it, just in case you ever choose to push the button to get in that state. It's just easier like that. And then there's other states where they don't have that. Or there's where if you hold a certain license, it'll be good for the realms of whatever places. Certain states are like that. And then besides the CEs in paying all those, you have like your basic CPR card, which that's every 2 years. Which, depending on where you work, you may need the BSL CPR card, or I know if you work in the cardiology one, you need the more fancy one, the one above the BSL one, which goes in more depth and is a little bit more complicated, because obviously they're in the cardiology type, IR, whatever, cath lab, that's what it is, cath lab. They have those. So the CEs I'd be using is Rad Imaging. Not sponsored. That's what I'm doing. That's what I've been told by all the people where I work at. I think it's like $60, 54 for the year. So if you do that, you can get all the CEs. They have a vast amount. That's what I'm doing. Category A. Make sure it's good. Save the little thing. Whatever. So technically they say you can have 48 total credits a year, and 24 can roll over onto the next binary, whatever. So you could technically, if there's enough CEs available on the website, you could cheese it where you would sit down for 1 year and knock out the 24 that you need for that binary thing, and then another 24 for the next cycle of CEs. But you got to make sure for the CEs you're doing for the other binary one that your CEs are still valid during your cycle in the future. So you can see like on your CEs where it says, oh, it's good till blank date or expires on that. That's another thing you have to keep involved. That's if you want to maximize the money you pay for that. So instead of paying like 54 this year and then 2 more years later pay another 54, you'll just pay 54. You can kind of do that. And that summarizes that. And yeah, it's been your boy Miguel. Hope you find this educational. And yeah, see you on the next one.